Hey, what's up guys, Flick here, and welcome back to another episode of the Liverpool Career Mode. And in the last episode, I asked you guys whether we should purchase the Scout a Future Star feature from the catalog, and the vast majority of you guys said yes, we should purchase them. So he should hopefully be coming back in a few weeks' time, and we'll be taking a look at that future star here later on in the episode. But in today's episode, we do have a couple of matches, starting things off against Aston Villa. I'll be simulating against Norwich and then be playing that team whose abbreviations I found quite funny, ELF, and then we will be going ahead and playing Everton to close out the episode. But starting the episode off, we've got Aston Villa, of course not doing the best in real life, but they've got a decent team in FIFA. No real standout players, but a very solid side. And they're sitting mid-table right now, so we do need to watch out for them and make sure that they do not give us any big trouble. Not too many changes to the starting 11. I decided to give Benteke the start against his former side and see whether he can go ahead and get a goal against his former team. There he is, 24 years old, the newly transferred man. And I was really hoping he could make an impact on this game. But now getting into the highlights, it's Nathaniel Klein who actually steals that throw-in away. Falls Coutinho, and now Marco Reus trying to do something with it. He just skips by the defense and it goes off the post. I couldn't believe it. Reus just had to tap it in. But for him to even create that opportunity showed his class in the first place. But we go into the second half, really not much going on, and we had to change it out in the second half. Get some more shots and look to go on the counterattack here as Roberto Firmino again plays that through ball, and he plays it to some space for Christian Benteke. Now he's going to try to cut inside, gets around a couple of men, and now he's looking to do himself. Goes to that shot with the right foot, but it was saved. Roberto Firmino keeps it in bounds, tried to tuck it into the side netting, but again, it is cleared out for a throw-in, and Aston Villa, we're hanging on for dear life as we make some substitutions. Ibe, Sturridge, and Divock coming on, and now it's Henderson with the ball in the central midfield, looking to get around the defense, and now lays it off. It's going to be Marco Reus, goes with that fake shot, and he's going to tuck that on the near post, giving us the 1-0 lead in the 71st minute, and it was really only a matter of time before we broke down that Aston Villa defense. We were all over them, especially in the second half, and Marco Reus picking up a crucial goal for him, both mentally and in terms of this game, and hopefully he can continue that performance going into future matches. But Simon was again making some good saves in the back. He's been getting a lot of stick from me at times and also from you guys in the comments. You just don't seem to be big fans of him. And I think that argument does have some premise. He's not the highest rated, only 78 right now, and he's definitely not the youngest player. I think he's in his mid-20s to upper 20s. So I may look to maybe transfer him and swap him for a better player. Marc-Andre ter Stegen, I think, would be the ideal choice. If not, we'll go after a Bundesliga goalkeeper. But Marco Reus able to make it 2-0 for us on yet another penalty. And I've been trying to take your guys' considerations into my gameplay, not powering up that penalty as much and go with the careful finesse shots. And there, again, Simon making some good saves. And it's just tough to judge keepers sometimes because you question, is he overemphasizing those saves? Could those saves be made by a better keeper without having to dive? Or is Simon just a good keeper? I think that's yet to be seen, and we're going to continue on. But we were able to hold a clean sheet in this one as Aston Villa just scrambles to clear this one out. The ref finally does blow the whistle, and we end up getting the 2-0 victory against Aston Villa. So a fantastic result, and that's exactly what we needed here at Anfield. It was a home match. I fully expected the boys to get the win, and they were able to come out and perform, holding a clean sheet and also getting a couple goals, which is always a good sign to a successful team. Take a look now at the stats. We just absolutely batter them. 8 shots, 6 on target, pretty equal on the possession, so I'll be taking that result. And now we'll get into a simulated match, this time against Norwich. And I switched around the starting 11 a little bit because we had a match only a few days later, and I knew I would be bringing out mostly the second team for our next match that we'll be playing in the EuroLeague, so I can still give like the likes of Marco Reus and Sturridge a start, and we did end up getting a very comfortable victory. But again, the scout coming back, and we'll be taking a look now at our new Youth Academy player, and he's a very exciting prospect, a center midfielder, and I think that's a good fit for the team. We're pretty stacked in the center midfield position, but 60 rated, and he's going to be growing in that height, of course. He's only 4'9", but he will eventually grow once he does hit the right age at 16. And Josh Connolly's still not looking too bad. He's a center back, so I'm hoping that both of those players can eventually rotate and find their way either into the subs, the reserves, or maybe even the starting 11 if they're the right kind of player. But the team we're playing up against, Elfsborg, is at the bottom of our group table. They lost their first match, and we were looking to get a win after getting a draw in our first EuroLeague match. And you guys also let me know that Portuguese team that we played, they weren't too bad. A lot of their players in the mid-70s, and I think that goes to show a lot of unknown talent in career mode. I hadn't heard of a single one of those players, yet they were actually pretty decent, like high silvers, maybe low golds. But Elfsborg also played quite well. They were kind of rooted to just passing the ball in the center, and they were able to score, and our defense was just unable to clear the ball up. And now Jordan Ibe just holding off some defenders, looking to do it himself, goes with that finesse shot, but their keeper does make a good save there in the 36th minute. So we were still down 1-0, and now we go with a short corner kick. We're going to play it again to Ibe, and he was looking for a man on the edge. It was going to be Teixeira laying it off to Gomez. He goes with a crack. Had that gone in, that would have been some fantastic stuff. But we go into halftime now, down 1-0 off a single shot on target. So that is very difficult to go into the second half on that note because, you know, we've defended pretty well. We just had that one slip up, but it ended up biting us. We were looking to pass the ball around, play a little bit more patiently. Now it falls to Kent. He was very lucky to keep possession right there, but a good finish on the near post tied things up 1-1, and the youngster picking up his first goal for the club. And it's good that we're getting some more play time to these younger players. And I think that's one of my favorite things about this Liverpool side. There's already so many established youngsters in the team. Rossiter, Ibe, Kent, Oyo, there's just so many. Teixeira, there's so many on this team. And I want to try them all out eventually in this career mode and figure out which ones suit my playstyle the best. And Emre Can, another one of those youngsters, hitting the post right there. And unfortunately, we were not able to tap it in. That was our chance to win the game. But unfortunately, we get another draw in the EuroLeague. I don't think there's any reason to panic quite yet. We still have to play our final group stage match before we go ahead and play each of those teams again. Against that final team that I believe is sitting at the top of our table. So we'll see how we do against them. If we don't pick up a win in that match, then I'm going to start worrying a little bit because we need to be advancing out of this group stage, that's for certain. I mean, Liverpool's doing so well in the EuroLeague in real life right now that I want to kind of replicate that in this career mode. And regardless of where we finish in the Premier League, I want to put in a great performance in the EuroLeague and bring a little bit more success to this club. But one crucial factor to finding success is playing well against your rivals. So this match against Everton was going to be huge for us, not only for our standing in the league table, but also in terms of beating your rivals. We don't want to lose against Everton. And even at Goodison Park, sending those home fans away with a loss would be absolutely fantastic. And Daniel Sturridge, speaking of fantastic, look at this run for him. He's doing it himself, and it was a nice distribution from Simone Mignolet, and then Sturridge just used his pace, outpaced the defense, and we got an early goal. And we're going to get a little bit wavy in the 8th minute now with Lukaku. In the 14th minute, playing it inside, and it's Morales playing it in, and Barkley going on that near post. Mignolet pulling off another one of his saves. And we're going to push on now. This time, it's going to be Morales playing it down the wing, and it's Lukaku playing it down the left-hand side, looking to send it in. We're just able to clear it out of the 18-yard box, but Delfeu going with the shot. Simon pulling off the save on his near post, and we go into halftime up 1-0. Pretty equal on most of the stats in terms of shots on target, and possession. And we do make some subs in the 67th minute, just looking to hang on for the last 22 minutes or so. But Everton, we're pacing down the right-hand side with Cleverly. He's looking to find somebody inside the box, and now he finally finds Barkley. He's going to bang it on the near post and off the post and in. 1-1 in the 75th minute. And now we're looking to get a goal back late. Divock finds Royce, and unfortunately was stolen by Stones. And our defense was just pushing up too far. Our right back was keeping him on sides, but Morales made a mess of the opportunity. We scramble and clear that one out through Alberto Moreno. Man, I was sweating when that was happening. I was really afraid we were going to concede in the 90th minute and end up losing that game. But we did manage to just hang on for a draw, which is a good result against Everton. They're sitting pretty high up in the table, I think 5th if I remember correctly, and it wasn't a away match. So a draw is a pretty fair result, and we're still haven't been defeated in the Premier League, and I don't think in any of our matches we've actually lost. So we're going to try to keep that streak going as long as possible in this career mode. But we'll take a look at the stats, and that will wrap up today's episode, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, make sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, and until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to you guys again soon.